Good. We're good?
Yeah.
140. Episode 140. Dude, big week for Indonesia. God damn it.
Tragedy strikes.
What a sweet setup they got over there. If you're not aware, Shana was just informing me that the Indonesian army were like, we're going to make a submarine.
I just think it's crazy that, like, when you think Navy, you immediately think superpowers and then go right to Indonesia.
It's like, dude, you know he's got a sweet-ass Navy.
Like, dude, I think Indonesia's Navy before this was just paddle boats. Just fucking, like, we're coming out.
It's a bunch of trash cans tied together. It says Navy. It's like 2 E's at the end. Here we come.
It's like the little rascals just put things together like, we're coming for you, Australia.
Yeah, and then Somalia's like, they got sweet-ass boats over there. Dude.
Oh,
They're
my
killing
God.
it.
Somalia versus Indonesia with fucking battle wars in the sea.
It'd be hilarious, dude. Just a bunch of dinghies crashing into each other. It's like the fucking bumper boats down Wildwood.
Yeah, but all of them have, like, RPGs for some reason.
Yeah, dude, the weapons are fucking
weaponry
stacked.
Is coming out.
But they're doing it on an old refrigerator box.
One guy just got an inner tube from the Poconos with a flamethrower. He's like, I'm coming at you. Dude, if you saw...
It's like, that's good, dude.
It's just
that's
like,
good.
You come across Tom Hanks from Castaway, you're like, who's that? He's like, he's the captain of the Indonesian Navy. Let him go. Don't even rescue him.
So what happened with it?
Unfortunately, not to make light of a terrible tragedy.
I am.
But we are. Indonesian Navy decided that they were going to build a submarine, which, you know,
Brilliant.
is key in a Navy.
Yeah, you need one or
You
two.
need one. But I think they just built it out of trash cans duct taped together. Because
I can't even imagine what it's made out of.
it was only supposed to go to like around 600 feet. It's a low depth.
Because you know what works? The submarines. They don't have to go that low.
Just low depth submarine.
Like, here's what I'm thinking. You know how the submarines go really low and like go under radar? And then you get, I say we keep us right underneath the surface. They're like, why? They're like, exactly.
No one will see that coming.
They're like, yeah. It's like in Half-Baked where he's like, we should sell that shit we sold last night. Yeah.
There's just one engineer with a crayon like, what was that?
Dude, it's the Secretary of Education and fucking Idiocracy. He's like,
he's just like, I got it. But apparently they made a submarine that's only supposed to go around 600 feet for a test.
mm-hmm.
Something went wrong, and they plunged to 2,000 feet.
On a test.
On a test.
Jesus.
And
they're just like,
dude, that's got to be the biggest motherfucker. Because who do you blame at that point?
Dude, it's like, how did it sink that fast? Like, they're like, you know what we forgot, though? An engine. It's just a metal brick in the water. It's like, damn it.
They run to the engine room. It's just a piece of paper that says engine on it. There's like,
it's a piece of loose leaf paper with a fucking square. It's like, engine here. Damn it.
Dude, I just imagine them running down trying to get it, but as they're doing it, they open up a door, it's Legos. They're like, shit!
So they get in the water, they're like, ignition. Oh shit, we're falling fast.
It's like everyone in the Indonesian Navy is wearing t-shirts with Super Bowl champions that weren't champions. It's just like,
it's the Bills.
We've
94.
got all of them. But they plunged to 2,000 feet. And now they're just like, because in the beginning it was trying to find a way, and this is impossible.
But
if you drop a certain depth in a submarine, your body is body's actually designed to go a little bit deeper, faster.
Right.
It's the ascension that fucks you. The problem is, as they were dropping, they were running out of oxygen.
Yeah.
So once they hit the ground, they only had enough. But now, to raise it, they'll run out of oxygen because of how slow they have to raise it to avoid decompression. And now they're just like, oh, we found it. It's in 3 pieces on the bottom of the sea.
Did it just get crushed?
It broke apart.
Yeah.
So that's also a bad sign of craftsmanship as well. If your submarine hits, just like, you know, kind of hits the bottom and then breaks apart.
I mean, if it sinks that fast, I probably don't have much confidence in it raising at any speed. It's like, dude, he's like, I got the sinking part down. They're like, well, what about going back up to the surface? He's like, damn it. You wanted to do that? Damn, I should have thought that through. It's like Wood running a fucking Navy. Yo, I came over the top with this.
wood in a Dodge van with a cardboard periscope, like, down.
He's like, that's the only options we got on this.
So here you go. We go to hell, matey.
They're just floating down. All these, like, dinosaur fish are like, what the fuck? They're like, just waving. Like Gump on the boat. Just like... It's like, what the fuck are these?
There are other failed projects. It's just a bunch of shopping carts taped together. Like, there's the Meridian. Went down with 89 souls last year. Damn it.
They have names for it. Like, here comes the Starlight. That's just an old banana boat. Oh, my God, dude. Dude,
and they have their standard edition military bowling shoes, just like
all sandals.
Like, we did not think about this,
dude. Yeah, just like the interior is just made of old denim they stole from the ports. Oh my God!
It's just a tragedy.
And how many people were on board?
53.
Holy shit!
53
so it was big.
People. That means that people were fucking excited. Like, they were like, fuck yeah, dude. Finally, Indonesian Navy.
We're on the map. We're getting our submarine.
Call America.
It's like insane to me that it's like, man, just go to fucking the black market. Like Russia.
Seriously.
Yeah, Russia got a few of them sitting around.
It kind of makes me wonder, like, did you guys like, well, fuck it, we're not paying for anything.
Yeah, dude. He's like, I'm saving money and becoming my own boss.
Admiral Tom Shader in charge of this?
Your dad's right. I'm running the Indonesian Navy. It wasn't hard. I just walked in and I was like, you got a Navy?
My dad comes out. He's got a huge shoulder pad jacket.
He comes out like Gaddafi. Blue, light blue fucking, what is this guy?
He's dressed like he's in a sea lab, just a one-piece jumpsuit. He's like, look, Rye, they call me the Admiral around here.
Because I love David Robinson, the basketball player.
They call me David Caruso or Jock Caruso.
You know that guy.
Yeah, Robinson Caruso, whatever.
He's just like Bill Murray and fucking... Good God.
But he's got a hat made of old, just a half carton of milk on his head.
That's, dude.
My dad looks like
a Napoleon hat.
Vermin Supreme. Just standing there. He's like, I control this Navy.
Speaking of which... yeah, shout out Indonesia, R.I.P. That sucks, dude. Sucks food. Dude. Wait, so they just sat at the bottom and was like, that's it?
Hey,
I guess you can't.
I can only imagine.
I can't imagine what the rescue ships look like. Just crab traps on chains.
It's a gigantic crane game going down.
It's like, it'll work.
Dude, it's just one guy with an old BMX, like, it's going down.
They all die.
Yeah,
it's like 60 more people die trying to save them.
For whatever reason, it blows up.
Every time, dude, like every 8 minutes, these people in the submarine are looking out the little windows and seeing dead bodies float to hit the ground. He's like, he tried too. It's like, what'd he go with? He's like, he just put a bunch of rocks in his pocket.
There's a guy who shows up with cinder blocks like on him, like, I'm going, dude.
He's like, excuse me.
He's got a fishbowl taped to his head. He's like,
it's just not even covering the hole, like the air in between his skin and the glass. He's like, let's go.
He's got a rectangular fish tank on his head, and it's just like suspended with sweatpants underneath his arms. He's like,
he just goes down. He's like, give me my helmet, son. He just puts an old microwave on his head. He's like, can you see how that? He's like, I don't need to.
First off, where we're going, we don't need roads. I don't know. We just got that movie.
Yeah, we just got it on VHS.
We have no idea. Actually, I don't know what we're talking about. We have no idea. How long has Indonesia been a country?
I don't know, a couple of years.
Something like that. They're brand new.
Yeah, I think they branched off somewhere. They need to join up. They need to join some superpowers or something. They're like, look, we need some help with our submarines. They're like, well, how'd it go? He's like, not good.
Indonesia's part of the United Nations. They have to bring their own desk and chair.
Oh, my
like,
God. Yeah, dude. They're sitting at the end with like a soapbox. They're like the representative from Indonesia would like to speak. He's like, yo, when's lunch? What?
He's like only here for the lunch. Like, I heard there was going to be a buffet.
He's like, the representative from Indonesia would like to speak. He's like, help, help us.
He's like, at the end of the buffet, he's taking the tins. He's like, we're going to build a submarine. You watch.
Dude, he's got a tuxedo shirt. He's like, hello, sir. Your Honor. He's like wearing different parts of clothing from other countries. He's like, this will show respect. He shows up with a Raiden hat. He's like, hello. And then he's just got like a babushka and shit. And then like a tank top that says Wine 'em, Dine 'em, 69 'em. He's like, shout out United States.
He shows up with one of those old-timey like ladybug costumes with the 6 arms like Ganesha. What's going on, Indians? You know.
They don't even know where they're from.
He's like, I don't know. Kung Pao, maybe. I don't know.
Speaking of Raiden hat, big fucking controversy over the Mortal Kombat movie.
Oh, what's the controversy?
Well, did you watch it?
I did.
Okay, so I watched it. I actually took me a couple tries.
How did you feel about it?
I don't know. I thought it was all right. I thought the action was pretty awesome. The fighting was cool.
Here's what I'm going to tell you, or at least my opinion. It was okay at best, and fucking Kano was the best character in the fucking movie.
Kano was awesome, dude.
He was the best character in the movie.
He was hilarious, dude. He was so fucking funny. He was good.
Clearly also the best actor in the movie.
Yeah, which...
Everybody sucked.
Why can't they get... even in the... I think there was one before, but like, why do they always get the worst fucking black actor to play Jax?
I don't know, man.
Every time. It's like, dude, you know, like, Idris Elba wasn't available. Or like, somebody with some credits that knows what they're doing. Like, a good actor. This guy who comes in, whatever. Nothing personal against the guy, but it's like, Jax. It's like, dude, yeah, we know, dude.
Cuba Gooding Jr. hasn't been doing anything for a while.
That'd be sick if it was Cuba. Dude. But he played it as radio. He's like, I'm Jax.
His arms are made of whatever the Indonesian Navy's made out of. He's like, I can't do it.
Dude, but so I'm going to have to watch it again.
Yeah, what are you confused about?
So the main kid was just some guy.
Yeah, that was another
I thought he was slowly turning into
Scorpion.
But he's like a descendant
of descendant of the Scorpion.
I mean, that opening, I'll tell you what, was sick. The opening was great. Because it was like,
was so
obviously, you see this guy is Sub-Zero, obviously, and then the guy ties up the thing and starts whipping it, like Jet Li fights with that thing where he like whips around his head. And it's like, obviously, that's Scorpion's thing, so that's going to be Scorpion. And then, that's about it. Then Reptile's just a slimy, like a real reptile.
Also... That
pissed me off. I love Reptile.
Yeah. Why would they make him like a fucking dinosaur?
He wasn't just a lizard the whole time. Like, he looked like he was Sub-Zero's brother.
It'd be funny if they just used old Jurassic Park.
Oh my god. It's just a raptor. It's just like a feet hit the toad knocking.
You just see Sam Neill in the background like, how'd you dig this? I don't know what's going on.
It's not even the parts with dinosaurs. It's just Jeff Goldblum like, that is a shitload of poop. Like, he's like, Reptile wins. Like, what?
Flawless victory.
What's his name was it? Who, by far, my favorite character to use in that game was, what's his name? With the hat, with the blade on it.
Oh, Kung Lao.
Kung Lao was the man. Because he was the first guy I actually knew how to use and wasn't button smashing.
Oh, yeah, the back scene.
Yeah, dude. I loved him. So, he was pretty badass. Liu Kang was gay, but, like, I don't know. He's always gay.
I always knew, like, that was my thought from the beginning, that kid that they were showing in the UFC thing, that he was Liu Kang, that he just didn't know yet.
Yeah, because I like the idea of like they have to go to this like realm where like the fighting is, and then they get their power.
Yeah,
like Kato like figures out the laser. He's like, it's better than a fireball, you fucking pussy. I was like, whoa, dude. I was like, it's not that great. I'd rather have a fireball, to be honest with you.
Kato was like, this laser eyes, you stupid child. Sorry.
They just find out it's like a health thing. It's like, dude, you got something going on. He's like, I'm blind.
He comes out of the bathroom like, I found out me power. Discharge. Better than a fireball.
Erectile dysfunction.
You like that? I can't get hard.
Don't look at me.
Dude, that's his main beef with Sonya every time. He's like, I can't get it off.
Instead of get over it, he's like, don't look at me. Sorry, I finished.
Dude, that's instead of like victory, he's like, don't look at me. Baldest victory.
Oh my god.
Like, what happened?
So, and there was never any what's his name? Because the kid figures out his power.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's just
his power. Yeah, his power is just like a golden suit.
Yeah, and he's like, I guess he's stronger, obviously, and then he fucks up Goro. He fucks him up, and then I kind of like the idea that there wasn't like a straight up tournament and then fighting.
I was
like along the way fighting.
Bummed out that there was no tournament. I was like, when the fuck are they getting to this?
I mean, after the first couple fights with like they kill Reptile, then Goro, it's like, okay, they're definitely not going to get to a tournament.
Yeah,
this is just going to be them fighting along the way. Which, okay, that's fine, but also, I don't know, make the fights
better
and more accurate. It's like I still don't know who this kid is, the main guy.
Yeah.
He's just a dude who tapped that first fight. He loses. I'm like, what the fuck?
Also, I thought the character choices in the movie were fucking odd as hell. Like, I knew Sonya was going to be in it. I knew Jax was going to be. That's just
Sonya and Jax
and Liu Kang are always the three that they put in.
Yeah, there was no fucking Johnny, which sucked.
Yeah, that was also fucking crazy.
Yeah, dude, that pissed me off.
Like no Cage.
Yeah, Cage rules.
And then they also put in Cabal.
Yeah,
which I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, I thought he was Cyborg for a second.
Yeah, the one Cyborg guy. But
Cyborg was the man. And then there was, Cyrax? Or
Cyrax, and then Smoke, and then Ermac.
Smoke was the man.
Yeah,
I like
Smoke was dope.
I like Smoke. But
they didn't, they had like
Cabal,
really...
I didn't like him. But it was funny. It was like an old white guy. He's like, he's the piece of shit. He's the reason I live in an iron lung. They're like, what are you, dude?
He's like, I don't really know.
He's like, I have an air conditioner on my head.
Dude, he found out how dumb would that be if you found out you go to like a fighting tournament, all you find out is you can run fast.
Yeah, he just moves fast.
That's
right?
fucking lame, dude.
Yeah, I don't know. I was kind of pissed, and I get it. There's over the years they've added so many characters and fighters to Mortal Kombat, but I don't understand why of all the characters to choose from, they're like, you know what we should do? Make up a new one.
Yeah.
Put him in the movie. It's like, dude, people have been waiting for this movie
forever.
Yeah. I mean, the first one was dog shit, but, soundtrack ruled,
we got
obviously. But I don't know. I thought I was on a different page when that movie started. I thought it was going to be more like the original. Obviously not the original because they can do better effects. But
I thought it was cool that they made Sub-Zero like an actual bad guy.
Yeah, that was cool.
I thought that was
Sub-Zero was sick. He fucking ripped off Jax's arms.
Dude, that was cool. I was waiting for something.
He's like, yeah, these motherfuckers work. I was like, okay. Because he like beat up.
Yeah, because he smacked the guy's head
Yeah,
together.
who was the guy with the hammer? That's not even a character?
That's what I've been trying to figure out, too. Okay. Who's that guy? I don't know who that guy is.
Maybe he was at it like in a newer Mortal Kombat that I don't know.
Dude, it's just last minute like, and Hammer guy.
Yeah, here comes Hammer. He's like, all right.
What's his name? Dave?
Dave Hammer.
I don't know what I'm doing here.
He's like, I'm not supposed to be here.
He's actually like, I actually built half this stuff at Outworld. I'm a contractor. Just want to let you know your credit card is not working. He's
just a set designer. We need a guy.
He's like in the background, like, I can do it.
He's the props guy.
He calls his wife, like, honey.
I got it.
So you know how I made that fucking Sub-Zero guy? Guess what? I got a hammer now.
Dude, that would have been so much funnier if, like, that guy, when he showed up to the tournament, and he was in, like, his fight gear, but he was just dressed as Gallagher. He's like, whoa. He's got a striped shirt on with suspenders. Dude. And they're all like, please welcome Dave Hat. What the fuck are you wearing, dude? He's like, what?
He's like, I'm coming at you with a sledge-o-matic.
Victory splash zone.
Yeah, dude, his fatality is just hitting someone with a hammer, and you see ponchos come up. They're like,
his fatality is just walking people from the tournament with shitty jokes. It's like, just smash something.
Dude, he rides up in a big wheel, like a big, like.
It's a big chair. He's sitting on a huge chair. He's like, welcome to my kingdom. It's like that fucking chair in Philly everybody gets a fucking picture on. It's like the oversized one. He's like, welcome to my kingdom. Sledge-o-matic.
He's got a trampoline inside. He's like, hello.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, the movie.
Well, they also had the other girl. She was pretty badass.
Katana. Yeah.
Katana was pretty badass, but she got fucked up.
Oh, not Katana. Melina, the one with the mouth.
That was Melina?
Yeah, the size.
Yeah, she was going, like, they're like, what do we make her look like? They're like, you ever see that one Marilyn Manson video? Beautiful people.
Just do that.
She's like, oh. Like, what is happening? That'd be sick if she came out to Manson, though, dude.
And then there was also the Batwing girl that I didn't know who the fuck that was.
I thought that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, you're talking about the winged chick, not the chick with the size? The chick with the size, that's Melina.
Yeah.
And then the winged chick.
Who had the fucking
That's Melina.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I don't know who the winged chick was. When she showed up, I'm like, who's this?
Okay,
like,
I could have sworn
they made up new characters.
I could have sworn they said her name, and I definitely recognized it as a character from the game. But I may be wrong. But Nerd Twitter fucking had a rough week. I bet
they did, man.
Rough week because Mortal Kombat, they hated it. Warzone shit the bed.
Oh, what happened with that?
So Verdansk got blown up.
I know that was going to happen. Because
and we won't go too deep into this, but it's like for Modern Warfare Warzone, they got a new map, and what they did was they went back in time. So now it's 1984 in Verdansk. Kind of nice. It's a lot nicer than it was. They got walls and stuff.
There's paintings.
Yeah, pretty good. Nice painting. We'll get to that too. But so what happened was the Battle Pass had like a day left. It hit, and then at one point, it was only Rebirth Island. One thing, okay? So, because you're waiting for the new map. What they did, the big mistake was they put a fucking countdown timer on it. It was like 4 hours, and that was on whatever day it was. So, on the East Coast, it would have been 3 p.m. to go live with the new map. So, they did this countdown thing, dude. It goes 3, 2, 1. Servers shit the bed. Everything's down. They're like, everything's down. Damn it. I go on to Twitter because that's what's funny. Like people try and find shit out. They go to like Reddit. Dude, go to Twitter. Nerd Twitter is. Oh,
they'll lose.
They're at Activision all day. They're like, you pieces of shit. It's like, first off, this is a free game. Okay, like, fucking relax.
They find out that the Activision server was on the Indonesian submarine.
Oh, dude.
They're like, I don't know.
Raven. I think it's Raven Software. They're the ones who develop.
Oh wow.
I think Wood actually found out that it's a very small company. It's like they just hit the fucking gold mine with this. And it's like 200 people in a building, and they're like trying to fix this server. And they're like, this one dickhead, okay, he has a Twitch channel. And I didn't look at his channel, but I can't imagine he has many followers because on Twitter he has like 122 followers. I'll find it and I'll put it up on the Wi-Fi page. I swear to God, he put out a statement, he's like, to all my followers and fans, you know, I know you're hurting right now because you're not seeing me live on Twitch. He's like, I'm sorry, but it's not my fault. We're waiting for these servers. We'll get through this, and we're going to stay frosty, everyone. And it was a 1 like and 1 retweet by his personal account. I wanted to reply. I was like, who are you talking to, dude?
Dude, he just goes up from the basement in his kitchen. He's got his hands on the counter. He's like, God damn it.
I was like, no one knows who you are,
his mom's like, Bradley, what's the problem? He's like, they got to stay soft, Mom.
And we're at a Dunkaroos.
Listen to me. Okay,
so here we go. Back to so that was funny. But, all right, so Lord Raiden, let's see.
Yeah.
Kung Lao. Melina. Emily? Please wait a minute.
Oh, she must have been the daughter of the
guy. Okay.
Which I also thought for a second that little kid was his sister and the older lady was also his sister. I'm like, oh, that's a nice family. And then they started making out. I'm like, that's a weird family.
I don't know. There's Goro.
What's the guy with the hammer's name?
I have no idea. It might be, wait, is it this dude? Yeah. Nathan Jones. Oh, he's a wrestler.
Nate Jones?
Yeah. Actor, powerlifter champion, strongman. I don't know what he does. He's a strongman. But he was Rico? Rico? Rico is a general of the armies of Shinnok Shao Kahn and the Brotherhood of Shadow in MK4. I don't know. Okay.
Everyone got a cool name except Rico.
No, it's like Reiko. So, either Rico or Ryko. I don't know. Rico.
He's like, who are you? He's like, I'm Shadow. That's Reptile.
That's Billy Reeks.
I'm Cabal. Yeah, I'm Rico.
Yeah.
Suave.
Who is Cabal? Damon. This dude.
Oh, cool.
Oh, I know that guy. He played Charles Manson on the Mindhunter series.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
It'd be funny if he was just Manson. It's like,
he also played Manson in the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh, good for him, man.
Yeah, that was the voice. He's like, he's the reason I live in a fucking refrigerator or whatever, iron lung. He just has a fucking mini fridge, like a mini Red Bull fridge on his head. He's like, let's get him.
You
like,
see this?
Actually, Cabal, why don't you hang back and just make sure like food's set up for when everybody gets here? He's
Cabal,
like, all right.
really? He's like, you got the hookup on Monster Energy drink? He's like, of course I do. You know I do.
Oh, yeah. So, I don't know. I thought what they were doing, I don't know. I wasn't impressed by the movie. I like the fighting shit. And like, obviously, I don't really give a shit regardless, but we can get into this too. And I wanted to talk about this on the we got plenty of time. All right, so another big thing that hit this week was fucking Sasquatch.
Oh, I was meant to watch it.
Man.
I meant to watch it, but I didn't.
Me and Shane, Shane got in last week, like last Wednesday, and he came in late, like to my house, and we basically just crashed. We were just like, yo, let's put something on. And I was like, yo, there's this documentary. It's a 3-part series on Hulu called Sasquatch. And I was going to watch it just to laugh at it. Because it's like, yeah, of course. It's like the Pacific Northwest where it's like.
Now, is it people searching for Sasquatch?
That's the thing. That's why it's good. Because I wanted to watch it because the Duplass brothers did it.
Okay.
So Mark Duplass is from the league. He plays, you know, he's the one guy in the league. But him and his brother, when they produce documentaries, dude, they don't miss. They are the ones who did Wild Wild Country when those fucking morons just moved in. Dude. Okay. They do really good documentaries. He's a horrendous actor, but fucking God, I can't fucking stand him.
But he does the docs.
They hit with documentaries, yeah. So I knew it wasn't going to be about Sasquatch. I knew it would be tied in somehow. Not to give it away if you haven't watched it, but what it is basically it starts out. It's the investigative journalist. He's like, I don't know, probably in his like late 40s, early 50s at this point.
Yeah.
He goes, when I was like 23, and McCusker knew the area. It's up by Humboldt County, and it's like, I forget what they call it, the something triangle, and it's like, people, if you're listening or watching, I'm sure you know what it is, but out there, that's where like all the farms are.
Okay.
So, the Golden Triangle.
I was just going to say,
yeah, Golden Triangle. That's what it is. Yes. So, this is back in like 93. He's like 22, 23 years old. He was working as on a farm, on a weed farm up there, and one night, they went back, after working in the fields, went back to the cabin they're in. You know, there's like no electricity. It's just like a shitty cabin to sleep in. And it was pouring rain. He goes, dude, these two guys just busted in the door, soaking wet, fucking their eyes as wide as the fucking moon. And they're like, dude, something happened. And it's intense because he's like, we just came from the fields. 3 of the workers out there, which were Mexicans, we just found them dismembered. Like, not killed, like ripped apart, fucking heads stomped in, flattened bodies, arms cut off. And they're like, holy shit, you know, it was a rip. Somebody came, there you go, that's the thing. All the weed's still there. It was like on the ground from being shaked.
Yeah.
They're like, no, it was, and the one guy goes, it was Bigfoot, dude. It was fucking Bigfoot. There is no fucking way a human did this. So he starts going back into the story. And now he starts going back up there. And I was laughing because I was like, that would be fucking hilarious if it really was. So, you know, not to ruin it for anybody, you know, don't listen to this part if you haven't watched it, but it was not Bigfoot. Sorry, spoiler alert.
Boy.
A giant man ape did not rip these fucking Mexicans apart. What they do is, and not to give away too much more, but it's like they start investigating it, and up there's another documentary on that area where, like, they tell you, like, the cops won't even go there.
Of course.
You have to have permission to even be on that fucking hill. And back in the 60s where it was like hippie communes and lawless crap, they were running like little farms for money to just survive.
Yeah.
Then Hell's Angels came in. We're like, you know what? That's ours. And they took over basically all of the one side. And then it's crazy though because he hired he started asking around like older people that had lived in that area. Do you remember hearing the story about 3 Mexicans getting killed? And they're like, the thing is, there's so many unsolved murders up there because you could just literally kill someone and dump them on the hill. No one's going to say anything because they don't know who did it and they don't want to know. Because it's like you put your name out there, then you may have to deal with the Hells Angels. Or even worse, like some of these guys are just fucking nuts. So he starts like basically going down the line of people, like just random people. Then he gets like a tip from one person, talk to this guy.
Yeah.
He eventually talks to this one guy who worked in that area during the time. This guy was like a fucking orphan raised by the Hells Angels. He did like 3 bids. Nice guy. His name is Razor.
Razor?
Razor, very nice man.
Sick.
So he starts telling him, like, here's the thing, man. Like, there are certain people that I know about. I don't know that story in particular, but there was a ton of those kind of stories. And he's like, and the journalist goes, let me ask you this straight up. Should I even be going up there with my crew? He's like, no. Like,
yeah.
And this is present day. He's like, don't go up there.
Why would you
if you don't have an invite or something, they don't want to see you. And fucking, he hired a private detective who used to be a cop in that area. About couple weeks in, the guy calls him back with some info and then sends him a voice memo. It was like, listen, here's what I do, but I got to be honest with you. I'm just going to tell you straight up. I cannot keep myself in the position and asking the questions that you need on my family's safety. And I suggest you do the same. Like, don't. Yeah. You're going down a road that is not going to end.
He's like, well, you know what? I'm going to keep shaking this fucking tree.
Dude, and it's crazy because he does. He does, dude. He gets in it. And then they're like, yeah, talk to blah, blah, blah. And there's like another guy. And then he gets him on the phone. And it's tough because talk about muffled voice. Dude, this is like, you can't even understand it. You can't see anything. It's fucking pixelated out the balls. So they have the subtitles up. And this one guy's like, I know exactly what you're talking about. And then it's like, he's like, I know the story. I know what happened. Also, those two guys who came into that cabin that night, keep in mind, most of those guys during the fucking harvest season, they have to stay up like 24 hours to keep selling and picking and watch.
They're
all on meth.
Yeah, dude.
He's like, so they are methed out. He's like, wait, what?
Also, just want to let you know, we actually do have a Sasquatch who is a Hell's Angel.
It's good. It's so funny because if you look at the promotion thing on like Facebook or Instagram with it, you read, it's like 1,000 comments. Dude, it's so fucking funny how people are like, total bullshit. Fucking wasn't about Sasquatch.
No shit.
It's like, dude.
What did you expect?
So, what's sick in it? Bobo's in it, though. Bobo makes an appearance. Remember my bit I used to have a talk about finding Bigfoot?
Yeah.
That was the guy who was in the show, Bobo. He's a moron. And they interview the two guys who made the really famous Sasquatch video from back in the 60s.
Oh, yeah.
And the one guy apparently still believes it was it. And
of course he does.
The other guy goes, no, that was me in an outfit. I'm his neighbor. I see him. He doesn't wave to me anymore.
Dude, he commits to the lie.
Yeah, and he has. And, they do talk to certain people about Sasquatch. But for the most part, everyone's like, no, dude, that guy was fucking murdered by people.
Yeah.
I don't want to go into, like, you have to watch it.
You kind of already covered.
I know. I pretty much covered the whole thing.
You're like,
no.
Not to
there's
not
parts,
Sasquatch,
but
also Hell's Angels.
There's a lot of details that I didn't go over that are pretty awesome. I thought it was good, man. I thought it was really good.
Yeah, but it's a great true crime documentary.
This one dude in the comments was mad. He's like, total flip bullshit. Like, I was watching it for Squatch. Turns out it's a bullshit true crime.
Dude,
they tricked me. It's like,
what do you think is going to happen? They're actually going to apprehend there's not, you think for 1 second, any documentary about Sasquatch is going to end with them finding Sasquatch?
That's
will
another
never
thing
happen.
That's bizarre to me because at first I did think it was like maybe they did a serious thing on Sasquatch.
Maybe.
They finally cut the shit, and it's not about some fucking wild. Like this one dude in the documentary, he's like, I was fishing out there one night and I heard a scream. And I just ran. I never went back. And he starts crying. And I'm like, I get it. But here's the thing. Animals make weird fucking noises. Okay? I'm sure we have not heard all of them.
Also, I've heard screams on Broad Street. I'm like, that's Squatch.
Dude, go down to Kensington after midnight. You want to hear some Squatch? Good Lord, dude. They're down there like, ah! I'm like, what the fuck? Nope. That's just them realizing the 7-Eleven closed. You don't want to hear that kind of scream.
It's just them getting murdered by each other. There's no fucking Sasquatch. And if there was, you're never going to have a documentary. It's like, finally, we figured it out.
It's just, when I did that bit about it, because I got to do that bit again. It's so funny.
Squatch? Yeah.
Because it's such a good, it is. It's one of my best references to point out where this country is mentally, where it's like, dude, we had a show called Finding Bigfoot that ran like 9 fucking seasons. Spoiler alert, they don't find him.
Never.
They did not find him. And it's funny to think that anyone's going to finally get him. They find Bigfoot, and they're like, I can't believe this guy is eluded public eye. This thing's apparently 8 foot tall, fucking 600 pounds, but like, what is he just hiding behind trees? Like, that was close. Almost got me.
They find Bigfoot. He's wearing real tree camo. He's like, God damn it. I knew it. Fucking go to Cabela's one time.
I told you, Larry, we were flying too close to the sun.
He's like, I'm a skunk ape. Come on.
So
like, what do you want?
And I don't shit on the Squatchers because I don't know. It's a real thing for them.
That's something to believe in.
Absolutely. It's like, dude, that's a thing that they grew up with. It's, some people have certain evidence, quote unquote, of this thing, but it's like, okay, do I believe in Sasquatch? Absolutely not. Does it exist? No way. You want to go out and fucking make money on it? Go nuts. Yeah, I would too.
I mean, some people believe that like their like grandfather and mother, like they've been touched by God. Some people believe that their uncles were murdered by the Squatch. Yeah. I'd believe the Squatch if someone's like, how did Uncle Rob die? It's like, fucking Sasquatch, dude. Sure, he was found with a note that said, don't fuck with the angels. And we were like, maybe that's heaven.
Dude, that was such a bunny line. You're like, fucking Sasquatch! Yeah, they're like, who ratted? That was just like in Platoon. They're like, who ratted? And Bunny's like, I'll tell you.
Bunny's like, Sasquatch. Fucking Sasquatch, man.
Somebody needs to frag his ass.
They're like, Bunny, you need to calm down with the drugs. It's like, I'm telling you.
Shit gets all weird on you.
I'm telling you, there's Yetis in there.
Dude, so, I don't know. It's a good documentary. So definitely watch it.
It's kind of like the same thing where there are like shows that are dedicated to finding the Loch Ness Monster.
Yeah.
And it's like, what are you thinking?
Have they debunked that picture?
What? The famous one?
Yeah.
So what has been said about it is that it's literally like it's a camera trick.
Like, yeah.
Someone just used like forced focus to like make...
Yeah, I was going to say, I remember reading something about that because they also... The fact that they debunked the Sasquatch video, I mean, he's just walking across like, what all?
Oh, dude, the amount of... there are two things that I think are super fun that people still go back and reference. It's like, one, the Sasquatch video, and two, the alien autopsy. Everyone goes back.
Is that the one where he's getting interrogated?
No, not
that one's hilarious.
That one's
They have him in it, like it's SVU. He's like, all right, alien, you're going to tell me something today. He's like, no. I was like, what? What's happening?
No, it's the one where it's dead, and they're like doing the autopsy on it.
Yeah.
And I think it's funny because they show in the video whenever they're doing it, it's dick or like whatever's blurred out. They're like, we can't show the genitals on it. It's like, what?
They cut it open. It's just a pinata. Just like Rolos and Skittles fall out. You're like, oh, that's the alien intestines.
There's an airplane bottle of Jose Cuervo. He's like,
it's got streamers coming off him.
I just think it's crazy that if such a thing existed, there's no way we would ever have it.
Right.
That's the other thing, too. It's like, if you saw a footage of Sasquatch, you're like, that's definitive fucking mountain ape.
Yeah.
There's no way that it's like...
No.
That would be taken and apprehended... Like, our government is fucking more in control of things than we fucking
You can basically pull DNA out of the air at this point.
Yeah.
It's like, I think they'd find a giant ape run around Seattle. You know what I mean? It's like, are you fucking kidding me?
Dude, they just show Sasquatch has got nowhere to go, and he's just like...
He's at a Starbucks.
He's just reading a newspaper like, oh, the Sasquatch.
He's in a grunge band. He's like, oh, my music's really about pain.
First off, Sasquatches are gay and dumb.
Actually, dude, if he was a she, her. Excuse me, do you not know my pronouns? It's swamp and ape.
First off, I'm a them squatch. Okay? And I honestly think we should be allowed to compete in girls' soccer.
Dude, if a squatch started getting into girls' wrestling, fucking like that trans kid out in Ohio just crushing girls.
You just see Sasquatch come out wearing like a sports bra. Like, I'm ready to throw down. And quite frankly, I'm still a woman. Okay,
really respect me. Just giving backbreakers and DDTs. You like that bitch?
She's got like decorative cornrows. Like, I was in Cancun. Okay, I'm back,
dude,
and I'm ready to fuck people up, dude. Them Squatch is fucking coming for you.
That's the other thing. It's I don't know. So. I don't know. It goes back to me being like, I don't believe in any of it. I don't believe
it's hard to.
It
is.
There's
no real, like, it would be different if you, I don't know, man. Like, I would have to see something so definitive, and it would have to be me.
Yep.
And I would I would believe it so much that I wouldn't care if you believed it or not.
Yeah.
I don't even think I'd go online. I'd just be like, yeah, I definitely saw it.
I think, and I've always had that kind of mentality. And I obviously get it from my fucking father, but it's like, I don't even, like, ghosts. Like, I definitely don't believe in that. You know, I'd have to see it. But, like, aliens, I mean, Christ, the government told us there's aliens. And I'm still like, nah.
I don't know about that.
I think it's just the Indonesian Air Force station. They're just flying by on a fucking toboggan with a rocket on the back. Like, we don't know what we're doing.
The guy's like, also, our space program, 150,000 bottle rockets. We're going, dude.
On the bottom of, like, a fucking beer keg trash can. It just blows up.
It's one of those... Their rocket is a novelty Coke bottle. You see it at 7-Eleven with all the other Cokes, and he's like, ready to go.
Code Red, Mountain Dew.
Dude, he's like,
who ordered the Code Red? Here it is. They're actually talking about Mountain Dew in Indonesia. Like, did you order the Code Red? I did. And we ignited it.
Dude, they're all drinking Code Red as the submarine's going down. It's like, maybe they should not have sponsored us.
Dude.
This was not a good idea.
Yeah, and it's weird, too, because remember the one documentary we watched on the guy who basically lied? He had, like, over 80-some accounts of alien interactions.
Oh, yeah.
And, dude, I was like, okay, maybe, hey, is it crazy to think that this guy actually had interactions with aliens in some way, and the government, the U.S. government, covered it up? Yeah, that's a possibility. But then he showed the video of it peeking into the kitchen, and I'm like, God damn it, dude. He's like, that was an alien. It's just like...
When he comes out, he's like, oh, my God, was there an alien here? It's like,
dude... I gotta be honest with you, this thing can travel through fucking galaxies. He's not popping up in Toledo to look through your kitchen window.
That is the other thing I've always said about...
It's like one of those things on the back of a car. It's like Garfield. He's like, look at that alien. It's suction cup. He's like, it's an alien.
And it hates Mondays. Oh, no.
He keeps eating all my lasagna.
Dave, are you sure it's not just your suction cup Garfield? It's like, I don't know.
It raped me. Like, what?
It took my sperm.
And then remember, though, because we figured out when we looked into the guy, he got busted for child porn and tried to blame the government. He's like, they put it on my computer.
Dude, that's what is the best way to blame. Dude, you ever get busted for child porn? It's like, the fucking government.
Fucking government, dude.
So here's the thing. Yes, I'm behind on my taxes. Yes, I will not pay them. And two, that kid getting ass boned is not me.
It's the government.
It's fucking Donald Rumsfeld. He said it.
Oh, my God.
Dude, I always think, too, that it's like, I've always said this about aliens. If anybody talks about aliens invading, I always go on the idea of, like, the whole ideology of the anthill. I don't know if you've ever heard that before.
I don't think I have.
So, like, there are, like, scholars and, like, you know, physicists and scientists who all speculate whether or not an alien invasion could actually happen. Mm-hmm. And they talk about, or, like, aliens interacting with, like, you know, Earth. And they go about, like, yeah, you have to look at it this way. You have to think of it like an anthill. If you're walking by an anthill, you can either destroy it because you can or just leave it alone. He's like, if aliens were advanced enough to destroy us, they would have done it by now.
Easily.
They are just leaving us alone. Like, if
we're the Indonesia Navy.
Yeah, dude. We are definitely Indonesia Navy.
We're sinking quick. They're flying in jets in space. It's like, dude, I'm pretty sure they can invent a laser to just...
Without a doubt.
Gone.
Just wipe us out. They would have done it by now.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing, too, is... I've also heard, or like, you know, people theorize, if there is an alien, you know, species somewhere that's coming to Earth, they don't look like humans, but they would be smart enough to not interact with us.
Sure.
Because they don't look like humans.
Right. Yeah, they know.
They know we hate them
different.
or be completely terrified.
Yeah.
So, like, when they're talking about, like, oh, these fucking humanoid, it's like, there's no way they look humanoid. They probably look like fucking bugs or robots or something.
And it's, you know, there's always the traditional description.
The big eyes.
I can't remember. Did what's his name describe how they looked? Fire in the Sky.
Travis Walton.
Yeah. Did
he said that they did have like so apparently in the movie Fire in the Sky, it's based off of what he said.
Yeah.
But his account is that, you know, there was one person who looked like an actual guy. who was like
as a human.
telling him what like when he got out of whatever pod it was. But then he was surrounded by smaller alien dudes, but they were all wearing like red tracksuits for the most part, and they all had like bald heads,
popping and locking.
It was the Jabberwockies coming at him. Like,
do you?
He's like, it's so funny because when they came in, I got served and I didn't know what to do.
They're like, they took me aboard their ship, the USS Africa Bambata. There's a lot of cardboard on the ground.
He's like, how do they travel? It's like, actually, they slide across the head.
Moonwalk.
They do that, like, back thing across the floor.
They do the worm across.
Dude, that would be fucking crazy. They find out, like, every alien has been fucking breaking up. You're like, God
dude,
damn it.
I'll be honest with you. Turbo and they were doing some out-of-this-world moves, dude. I still don't know that the broom.
He was on the ceiling, dude? Hell yeah, dude.
Come on.
That's some extraterrestrial bullshit.
That'd be so funny if we found out the aliens have been here for years, but they're just breakdancers in the early 80s in New York, graffiti artists.
That's all they want. Yeah. They're like, bring me more of that.
It's like, we gave you signs. Like, our crew is called We're Aliens. It's like, yeah, that was fresh, though. It's like, all right. Yeah, that story's fucked up because he tells it with so much conviction where it's
he's passed lie detector tests.
Yeah, and I don't know, because I've seen the opposite side of that, and they're like, yeah, he was on drugs or this or that, and it's like, I don't know, man.
So there are two things I can say about it. One, I don't deny that Travis Walton is telling the truth. He believes whatever happened. Two, mass hysteria is a fucking thing.
Yeah.
You get enough people scared over one thing that they all see. Somebody like, remember when we saw that? And he's like, I guess we did see that. And then
that's how they get like a lot of the cops do that shit with like, with Brandon Dassey. It's like they just pound it into their head. It's like, I guess I killed her.
I guess I did.
So it goes back to your point there.
It goes right back to that. And it's like you can pass a lie detector test if you believe genuinely what you saw.
Sure.
But it'd be funny. Like I just wish there was like something. He's like, yeah. They all had red tracksuits, and one of them was like just packing fat meat.
He's a huge dick.
Just fat.
Yeah.
Just a fat old
he got raped.
Yeah, dude, he got not raped. They apparently probed him and then took some of his sperm.
And he just got abducted like outside his house or like
he was on a logging trip.
Yeah, okay. And then was there anyone else that goes with the story, like his friends?
All of his friends saw it. They saw him go out. Like they saw basically what they thought was a plane that had crashed because they saw a red glow.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, man, a plane crashed. And then one was like, well, we would have heard it. Like, what the fuck is this? So they went, and it was just like a red glow in the sky, and then they saw a craft in the air, and then apparently Travis got out which is like fucking insane.
Yeah.
He got out, and then he was, like, struck by a beam of light, and then he disappeared. And then all of his friends believe that's what happened.
You know what? Honestly, too, that's something that, at this point, I would, what?
I'm just getting some fucking messages from somebody who had me do a show the other
Okay. Well, it's just weird that, like, after a while, you'd think, with any story, it's like, at some point, somebody's going to fucking break.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to break. Like, the Sasquatch thing. Like, this guy's like, yeah, I've dressed up. He's like, one thing I did forget to mention, when they're talking to the guy who was in the Sasquatch outfit.
Oh, yeah.
He goes, at one point, if you freeze it at the right frame, you can see, like, while I'm walking away from behind, a bulge. That's my wallet. I had my dungarees on underneath that.
Dude, there's also...
You see a wallet bulge, like a chain coming off.
If you watch that footage, too, I remember there were people like, yeah, you can definitely tell it's a female Sasquatch because of the jiggle of the breasts.
Dude,
that would be funny if the guy who made the suit, he's like, all right, Doug, put it on. He's like, all right. He's like, why's this got titties? He's like, shut up, Doug.
I'm going to use it for something else after.
Like,
I'm a
first off, I'm going to film this. Be real sexy.
He's like,
yeah, dude, at one point in time, I was like, Doug, shake your ass. He's like,
he starts twerking on him.
Dude, twerk squatch.
Watch out.
Why that wouldn't happen? You would think there would be more blooper reels and outtakes.
Squatches would have wagons, dude. They break they break cement. They put all them bitches out of work.
Could you imagine the badonk on a fucking Squatch?
Dude, they'd fuck Cardi B up.
Wait, now see, how do you think Sasquatches fuck? Is it all dog, or do they...
I think they just scream at each other. It's just like, ah!
Screaming in an
ass?
Like
20 seconds, they just go nuts and just scream. They're like, all right, see you later, Barb. I also laugh at the fact that they tried to convince us that it was a Sasquatch, and it goes back to the fact that something of that size and that has eluded any other of the public eye. It's like there's no fucking way that thing, unless it can literally go invisible, wouldn't have other footage of him doing something.
It also, again, going back to the fucking thing.
Yeah, sure.
You would hear these things fuck.
That's probably what they're hearing.
Constantly.
Well, that's the other thing. A lot of people will say that they play these noises that people have like recorded in the woods. They're like, this is fucked up. And then there's like people that study certain animals in the area, and they're like, yeah, that's just them having sex.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, it's an alien.
Dude, you're like, oh, fuck, you bitch. Like, total fucking
just Tom Sizemore.
He's like, I know you guys think it's me.
Dude.
Sasquatch.
It's nuts, too, because I remember watching the movie before I heard his story, Fire and Sky.
Oh, yeah.
And that was fucked up. Like, that movie was a great movie. But it was like, whoa, it's like one of those things when you like, I got into it because I was like, this is based on a real,
based on
this
a true
guy's
story.
Nuts. So I started watching interviews, and he is like a broken man.
Oh, yeah, dude.
And it's like, I wonder if he's a broken man because he's had to hold up this lie for as long as he has, and he's been getting crushed by the press on both sides, or that he's just like, they went in my ass.
Dude, that's got to be a hard thing to fucking get over.
Literally. Come on.
Getting ass raped is bad.
I guarantee aliens are not eating it up softy. They're coming in hard.
First off, what rapists do you know that are like, hold on, give me a minute here.
So I'm talking to my buddy Jim Alien, right? He's like, I going hard.
So here's the thing. I don't even spit on it, dude. I just fucking throw it in.
Dude, I don't know. I'd like to talk about that more, too. We can switch over to Patreon, but I did want to say next weekend, man, it's going to be back to the old Comedy Zone.
Oh, yeah, man.
Classic Harrisburg. So we're not confirmed yet, but I mean, Shane is headlining Thursday through Saturday, so if you're in that area, come to that. I'm either featuring or hosting because there might be another feature coming with us, but we don't know yet if we can get them. But it'll be a good one. Spoiler alert, it's McCusker. But I was talking to, he thought the shows were this weekend, and he, they couldn't go because of the kid. So I was like, no, it's next week. He's like, yeah, Shane's home. I was like, dude, come up, because that makes my job super easy as a host, because it's like, Harrisburg is gay. You guys ready for your feature?
Here we go.
Yeah, so that's next Thursday through Saturday. Also, shout out to everybody messaging us on our brilliant acting on the malicious sketch. We had to show a lot of range.
Dig up James Lipton because we've got a lot of insider at the actor's studio to go over.
I'll tell you this. What was it, 9.5, almost 10 hours of waiting to crush the scene.
First off, with no direction, we went out there totally fucking new.
And you're like this. You're like, what does this character want to do? Suck a gun dick.
Suck a gun dick. Everyone's been giving me a lot of notes on the spitting on the barrel of the gun before sucking it.
They're like, brilliant.
Brilliant. One of my friends, she was like, all right, like, I know you, she's like, you know how I know you've never sucked a dick before? I was like, why? She's like, because you spit on it first.
Like,
and then you just went off. She's like, if you're sucking a dick, you're already sucking a dick.
Yeah, like, you're like, good to know.
Good to know.
I'll know that for my next role. When they bring back gun dick guy.
Gun dick 2 with a vengeance.
With a boner. But the sketch went great. And then the ones coming out are fucking goddamn, they're good. So keep an eye out for Gillian Keeves, all the stuff they're doing, and subscribe to their YouTube and ours, man. Yeah. We did a big YouTube week, man, and thanks to everybody who's starting to listen and fucking start realizing we're just telling the truth.
We're coming out here better than
we're answering questions that you guys want to hear. It's like, how would aliens rape a guy? Like, hard.
No spit.
No spit. And then possibly, I got to see when we're leaving next Wednesday, might be at the old Punchline.
Whoa.
Which you're on.
I am. I'm there with the lovable monsters, Peggy O'Leary and Ryan Foster.
There it is.
With just stellar lineup, stacked. And I can't wait to get out there and just
look at the 5 to 7 people in the crowd.
You know, the beautiful 3 people there. It's going to be...
That place is rough if it's less than 50, man. It is. You feel it. It's like, oh.
It's an amphitheater, man.
That's you, dude. Talk about getting raped. Dude. Walking out there to like 25 people.
That's squatch fucked with no spin.
Yeah, dude. Also, I was talking to Jake Matera last night, and he said his recording went well. But he said, you guys crushed with Dor.
Oh, man, it was so fun.
Yeah.
It was a fucking great weekend. He's so fucking funny.
Yeah, he's hilarious.
And such a fucking nice dude. That was like a fucking good hang. That was a great weekend.
Yeah, that's good.
And Jake did well on Sunday. He did a really good job with his album.
When is that out?
I have no idea. I have no idea when he's coming out with that.
Jake Matera, if you guys aren't aware, he was the bear that Shayna shot in the Militia sketch. Yeah. He just recorded his first album, so we'll let you know when that comes out. Jake's fucking hilarious. I just got him a fucking sweet-ass gig. I was hit up by a woman trying to put on a show. She said, but it's 30 minutes.
Clean. Yeah.
But it's got to be clean because it's at a high school prom.
Oh, man, he's going to crush that.
And I said to her, listen, I'm probably not the best for it. I would ask Shaner, not sure if he's allowed in the premises. And I said, you know what? You should talk to Jake Matera because he does a lot of clean sets and he would crush. And I think it's hilarious. And I told him about it the other night. He goes, dude, this is gonna be the only time anyone notices me at prom.
Dude, if Jake doesn't show up with a corsage and
like, who the fuck gets a comedian for this?
That's crazy as shit.
Yeah, well, the funny thing is, I think a lot of those kids are going to try and act cool, and like, and if they're, sneaking some drinking or drugs, it's like, I don't know, man. Jake can flip quick, dude. Jake could crush some people, physically and mentally, dude. No, I love Jake. He's a good dude. I was talking last night. I told him I love his transition to the dark side immediately.
Oh, yeah,
dude. Dude, come over.
He's fucking getting it.
After Lord Nevin stepped in. Sorry, that's a little inside baseball.
That is. That's too much.
But, yeah, so look out for that. And then, next Wednesday, Punchline. Thursday through Saturday, come to the fucking Harrisburg Comedy Zone. That's going to be a fucking nightmare. And in a good way. And that's good?
Yeah, that's good.
All right, that's good.